Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel where it is time for my Match Week 16 predictions of the 2019-2020 Ladbrokes Premiership season. Let's have a quick look at how I did in Match Week 15. So, has to be said that I had 4 outcomes out of 6. So, no perfect scores, but 4 outcomes, I'll take that. So, Aberdeen St Mirren went for a 3-0 win to Aberdeen. It finished 2-1. Hibs Kilmarnock went for a 2-0 win to Hibs. It finished 2-2. Livingston against Hamilton, I went for a 2-0 win to Livingston. It finished 0-0. Motherwell St Johnstone went for a 2-1 win to Motherwell. It finished 4-0. to Motherwell. Ross County Celtic went for a 2-0 win to Celtic. It finished 4-1. And Rangers Hearts went for a 3-0 win to Rangers. It finished 5-0 to Rangers. So some very good games on go for Match Week 16. We have Aberdeen against Rangers. We have Celtic against Hamilton. Hearts against Livingston. Kilmarnock against St Johnstone. Ross County against Hibernian. And St Mirren against Motherwell. Aberdeen against Rangers is the first game to preview in this game week. And the last 5 between the sides have resulted in 3 wins to Rangers, 1 win to Aberdeen and 1 draw. And the last result was a 4-2 win to Rangers. Aberdeen really struggling in that game against St Mirren. Managed to get the win in the end. Obviously, Joe Lewis having to save a penalty in the end to get the points there. Obviously, Niall McGinn scoring against the former club. And do you know what? Aberdeen, St Mirren played really well. Unlucky not to get anything again. But it's near so far for St Mirren, and it's one of those things where you're having to say that St Mirren are really struggling. But Aberdeen obviously scraping through after that 2-1 win. Cosgrove still scoring as well. He's on fire this season. But there has been a reported 4 million offer from a side in the Championship for Sam Cosgrove. Will Aberdeen cash in January? That is an interesting thing to say. Be interested to see if that will happen. Aberdeen have got a really tough run of fixtures as well, because obviously they have Rangers tomorrow, and they have Rangers Wednesday, and also they have Hibernian on Saturday. So tough run of fixtures for Aberdeen going forward. Rangers continuing to really be on absolute fire at the moment. 5-0 against Hearts, and in all honesty, it could have been a lot more. They were excellent against Hearts. Really good. Put Hearts to the sword. Very good. And Morelos, Greg Stewart scoring goals as well, so it's very good. For this game, I can only really see Rangers winning this one, to be honest with you. I think Rangers are going to win this one. They moved to 1 goal behind Celtic, interestingly enough. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Rangers. I do think Aberdeen will score, but I do think Rangers will be too strong for Aberdeen, going for a 3-1 win to the Bears. Celtic against Hamilton now, and no surprises. Celtic have won the last 5 games between the sides, and the last game was a 3-0 win to Celtic. Celtic playing really well up at Ross County. Ryan Christie, fantastic from him to score again. Mikey Johnston getting on the score sheet as well. Rogic, they were just excellent. Obviously Ross County got the equaliser, but just after that they started playing again, Celtic, and they're really good. And they're coming in front of their home fans. And you know what? It's going to be a very interesting game. Obviously, Hamilton coming off the back of a 0-0 draw with Livingston. Yeah, not the best of games, it has to be said, but it's a good point for Hamilton, it has to be said. So we shall see what happens in this game. Obviously, Odsonne Edouard is a doubt for the League Cup final on Sunday. Will he play any part against Hamilton? I don't think he will, to be honest with you. I don't think he will. So, in that aspect, I just think Celtic will be far too strong for Hamilton. They'll go into a League Cup game, the League Cup final, on very good form. I'm going for a very comfortable Celtic win. Celtic 5, Hamilton 0 for me. And now we have Hearts against Livingston. Two sides really looking for the points here. Hearts have won in the last 5 meetings they have met. They have had 1 win apiece, and there has been 3 draws. And the last result was a 0-0 draw between Hearts and Livingston. And obviously the game at Almavale was a 0-0 draw. Hearts still haven't got a new manager yet. However, it looks like it is going to be Daniel Stendel. So Hearts fans, get that in the comment section below. We will see what will happen. Will he become the Hearts manager? Obviously, Austin McPhee will be in charge against Livingston. And it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting to see how Hearts do, obviously, with the new manager on the horizon as well. It has to be said, Hearts were dire against Rangers. Really, really poor. Christophe Berra has more own goals than any other defender this season. I think he's got 3 own goals now. It's not good. It's not good at all. Obviously, they're boosted by the return of Craig Halkett. Very, very good return for him as well. I thought he played well. And obviously denied Rangers a couple more goals after that. So, good to see him back. And yeah, he will probably play against his former club. Livingston, have to say that was one of the most boring games I've ever been to. That is one of those things you have to say. Livingston 0, Hamilton 0, just absolutely dire. But Livingston should have won that game. How they didn't is another matter. So, with that being said, Livingston's away record is not great, as everybody knows. But Hearts' form recently is really, really poor. I'm going to go for a wee surprise here. I think Livingston can go to Tynecastle. I think they can silence the crowd. This is me being more optimistic than usual. I'm going for Hearts 0, Livingston 1. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, definitely. So we'll see what happens with that one. Kilmarnock against St Johnstone is the next game. And the last 5 between the sides have resulted in 4 wins to Kilmarnock and 1 draw. And the last result was a 2-0 win to Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock obviously coming back from 2 goals down against Hibs in that game. Getting a 2-2 draw. Del Fabro scoring the equaliser. And do you know what? Kilmarnock probably deserved a draw in that game. Hibs were very, very good, but Hibs are losing leads very, very easily, and it's not very, very good for them. Obviously, Kilmarnock, they're coming back in the front of their home fans, and they'll be determined to get another good result on the board. Obviously, they've got St Johnstone and Livingston in the next 2 games, so you probably want to see Kilmarnock want to get maximum points in both of there, but we'll see what happens. St Johnstone rooted at the bottom, 4-0 defeat to Motherwell, and obviously they will be boosted by the return of Murray Davidson and Callum Hendry for this game, unless they are suspended for 2 matches. It'll be interesting to see that one, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, but St Johnstone's form is just really, really poor at the moment. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Kilmarnock here. I just think Kilmarnock will be too strong for St Johnstone. Kilmarnock 2, St Johnstone 0. Ross County against Hibs now, and the last 5 between the sides have resulted in 3 draws and 2 wins to Hibernian, and the last result was a 1-1 draw. Ross County obviously coming off the back of a 4-1 defeat to Celtic, but they were in the game for most of that game, obviously getting that equaliser, and then obviously Celtic took full charge after that, but you know, you don't face Celtic every week, so they'll be pleased with that one. And obviously this game is one that they can maybe get points in, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, you know what, Ross County gave a good account of themselves against Celtic, and they'll hopefully give them a good account of themselves against Hibs this week as well. Obviously Hibernian coming off the back of a 2-2 draw, but Hibs have now lost 15 points from winning positions this season, and especially they seem to be losing more points when they're 2-0 up, so it's not looking good for Hibs to do that as well. So with that being said, I fancy Hibs to go up to Dingwall. I fancy them to go and bounce back from a 2-2, and I think they'll win, but I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet. I think Ross County will make it really, really difficult for them. However, I'm going for Ross County 1, Hibernian 2. So we'll see what happens with that one. And the final game of Matchweek 16 is St Mirren against Motherwell. And the last 5 between the sides resulted in 1 win to St Mirren, 1 draw and 3 wins to Motherwell. And the last result was a 2-1 win to Motherwell. Obviously St Mirren coming off the back of a 2-1 defeat to Aberdeen. And very unlucky to lose, it has to be said. Very, very unlucky to lose. Going to be interesting to see if they can actually, pick up from where they left off. Because obviously against Aberdeen, they had the chance to, get a draw in the end, but obviously missed penalty as well. Obviously Joe Lewis saving that. But should he have stayed on the pitch? That's another thing. He could have been probably sent off. So obviously St Mirren coming on back at their home fans, and they'll be wanting to definitely get a win. And it's really, really tight at the bottom. Those bottom 6 teams are separated by 3 points. So it's going to be an interesting task for this one. Motherwell obviously coming off the back of a 4-0 win over St Johnstone last time out, and they were excellent. They were really, really good in that game. So it should be very, very interesting to see how well they do in this one. So for this game, I'm going to go for Motherwell to continue their good form. I'm going for St Mirren 0, Motherwell 2. So that is it. That is my predictions for Matchweek 16. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Also, in the comment section below, let me know who you think will win the League Cup final between Celtic and Rangers. Let me know in that aspect as well. And also, let me also know, Hearts fans, if you think Daniel Stendel is the right man for Hearts. It'll be interesting to see if he does take over. But obviously, Austin McPhee will be in charge against Livingston, as I've said. So, it'll be interesting to see that one. So, Matchweek 16, quickly go through them. Aberdeen 1, Rangers 3, Celtic 5, Hamilton 0, Hearts 0, Livingston 1, Kilmarnock 2, St Johnstone 0, Ross County 1, Hibernian 2, and St Mirren 0, Motherwell 2. So that is it. That is my Matchweek 16 predictions. And yeah, we shall see what happens. Obviously, these games will be played tomorrow. Yeah, should be very, very interesting indeed. Obviously, these are being played Wednesday. So, 5 games, and I'll be very, very good. I'm looking forward to these games. Be interesting to see can Livingston bounce back from a 0-0 draw against Hearts and get a victory, or will Hearts manage to win in what could possibly be Austin McPhee's last game as interim manager? So please hit that subscribe button. Please smash a like, leave a comment. It'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll be back very, very soon with some more videos. Come on, Livingston. And I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.